What's up, guys? Welcome to the Coach Z Athletics Podcast in association with Kelly College Consulting TX.com. Coach Todd Kelly. We are bringing another podcast to you, young student athletes, as well as parents, and hopefully coaches as well. I'm your host, Coach Z. We got a real good topic, actually two topics today that we wanted to talk about. And we wanted to talk specifically today about when you should be reaching out to college coaches and how often you should be talking to these college coaches. As we're recording this, it is September 18th. We're already about depending on where you are in the football season or volleyball or any of the fall sports seasons. You should be about that 3 to 5 game range. And oh yeah, by the way, hey, just like we do every time, Coach Kelly, what's going on?
How we doing? I'm doing good. Feeling pretty good today. So yeah, got a lot to look forward to. So yeah, looking forward to this episode.
Yeah. So listen, let's dive right into it. Let's talk about when you should be reaching out to the college coaches. Now, this is just one topic in itself that can kind of go all over the place, but I'll just start off with this. And I know there's going to be some parents and there's going to be young student athletes that are maybe freshmen and sophomore on here. I would just say the first thing is just learn the process, get used to understanding, the recruiting process and so on. As a coach that's been doing this for over, a decade, just like Coach Kelly, we talk about academics. That's the main thing when you're a young student athlete, is really dialing in your academics, your core courses, math, science, reading, all that kind of stuff, dialing that in, and then just being a real good teammate and developing on and off the field, because coaches really aren't going to put a whole lot of time into you when you're a freshman and sophomore, but just understanding the process, putting everything together. Because when you're 13, by the time you're 18, your body, your position could change. Everything could completely be different. So coaches, they need an immediate need. So I don't want to discourage anybody, but just remember that when you become a junior and senior, that's when coaches really try to ramp that up as much as possible. So making sure that being the case. But when should you reach out to coaches? Let's talk to you juniors and seniors. You should be reaching out to coaches now. And if you haven't already, you're a little bit, I would say, getting later in the game. If a coach hasn't already started reaching out to you, then they don't know you exist. So now it's just all about gaining that interest, like we talk about it in every podcast episode, but really digging into getting into it right now. So your highlights, your emails, as well as your social media should be completely dialed in. And we've already talked a lot about that, and we can talk about it here in a minute. But go back and check out some of the previous episodes, and we really dig into those three. With that said, so Coach Kelly, did you want to add anything on top of that?
Yeah, just generally speaking, the recruiting process, kind of like you said, is starting later. College coaches are not really looking at, I know people are hearing about, some maybe freshmen or sophomores that are getting offers. Typically, those are only at the Power Fours. The Power Fours are maybe offering kids early freshman, sophomore year, but all of the other schools, all of the other lower level Division I, Division II, Division IIIs, NAI, junior colleges are not even paying attention to kids until they become seniors. They're not even really looking at juniors much anymore. And so, but when you become a junior, that's really when you should start becoming active in this process. Once you get some good varsity, once you're on varsity, a varsity starter, you have good varsity film, that's really a good time to start reaching out to college coaches so that you then have film, so that you then have an established GPA, so that they kind of know a little bit about you and they can know a little bit about if you're the type of student athlete that they may want in their program and on their campus. So I would say, yeah, junior year for sure, you need to start being active, reaching out to schools, start thinking about the type of schools that may be good fits for you and what level may be good for you.
Well, and that's a perfect word for it, a good fit, because really it's an evaluation. So coaches want to get your information in front of them so they can evaluate you and stay on top of you and so on. Now let's talk real quick. So we've talked about it in the previous episode or previous podcast. We talked about recruiting timeline. And I think it's important to know right now what's going on because, young student athletes, when you're reaching out to these coaches, understanding that right now you're going to see on your timelines on X, Twitter, and IG, you're going to see a lot of this whole, hey, we're sending out invites to our games. Drop us your film and all that kind of stuff. The reason the coach is doing that because it's all about an evaluation period, essentially from now until it's a 3-month period of an evaluation period. So coaches aren't really hammering home, watching film like crazy because they still got to play their games. They still got to practice. They still got to, they got to have good seasons. But when you start getting later into that month 2, month 3, that's when coaches will truly start to go through and visit schools and truly see what coaches have at each individual school. So right now you're going to see those invites, you're going to see drop your film, you're going to see that. And then, so as you get later on in the evaluation period, then you're going to run into, these coaches posting where they are in the country. They're going to give you that, oh, I'm in Southern California, I'm in North Texas. Then you'll start seeing that through the recruit process and the recruit timeline. So let's move into our second question. And that is, how often should you be reaching out to coaches? So if we have already established that you should be reaching out to coaches and understanding the process and the timeline, how often should you be reaching out to coaches? Because you should be, right? So I'll start with social media. The good thing about social media is that you can tag coaches every time you post. And I always tell kids just to post every day, post a lot, post as much as you can, but it has to be related to, your movements in getting closer to getting interest and getting opportunities and scholarships and, so on, especially if you're juniors and seniors. But you can tag these coaches in everything, and you should flood them as much as possible. Okay. Now, when it comes to your emails for me personally, if it's an initial email, it should be 1 to 3 weeks. You should be posting maybe once or twice. You shouldn't kill them as much as some kids do, because their inbox will be flooded and then they won't even have your information because there's 10,000 emails in there. But making sure that when you do lock in your emails and go check out our previous, podcasts and what to actually put in your emails, keep them short and sweet, but show these coaches value. So when they do actually see your email, they get your height, weight, when you're going to graduate, and they get excited, and then they can reach out when it comes to that point in time. But I would just say to keep it simple, every couple of weeks, reach out, send an email. And then when they do respond, then you can follow up with them, and then same process moving forward. But one of your most powerful things out there is going to be your social media. And then tagging coaches. Trust me, I get tagged all the time, and I check it out because I've got time and then look at it. But man, let me tell you, if I'm a coach and I've got that many kids out there, just, okay, here's my film and all, it's just like, you got a lot on. There's just a lot of stuff out there, and but you can post as much as you want on social media because coaches are always on there, and they have some downtime or whatever. And so, Coach, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, as far as I would say emailing, I would say you may want to email. I would say every 2 weeks or so. I would say 2 weeks is good, just to kind of, especially if a coach is, if you and a coach have a relationship and you guys have been emailing back and forth, I would say every 2 weeks you should reach out to that coach if they're in contact with you, because over that 2-week period, you can then update the coach on your status, your situation, from the standpoint of, if you're a football player, hey, you just played 2 games, right? So you can let the coach know, hey, we had a big win on Saturday versus this team. We had a big win the last week versus this team. In the 2 combined games, I rushed for, 230 yards and 4 touchdowns. We're looking forward to our next game next week versus the crosstown rival. My GPA also is now 3.4, whatever the case is. So now you can every 2 weeks, and then also you can maybe send a highlight film as well, or updated highlight film, maybe 30 to 60 seconds in that email. And then the same thing with social media. Obviously when you're on your Twitter, you're obviously, or X, posting highlights, every, 2 weeks or so, every 3rd week is a really good time to kind of keep updating highlights, or every 3rd game, whatever sport it is you play. So you have to continue to update stuff, continue to tag schools, tag coaches, just kind of continue to be on their radar, because one of the things people say is out of sight, out of mind, so you always want to have current information, current content, so that coaches are able to kind of follow you and see your progress and see you getting better, so that hopefully they'll want to engage and then start to recruit you.
And I would just say, I would throw this out there. One last thing with this is, don't get frustrated with it. I've mentioned this multiple times, so have you, Coach Kelly, but just be patient with the process, because I want you to go back and I want you to check out the recruit timeline. Go to ncaa.org or just Google NCAA recruit timeline, and it will give you an idea of, like I said in the previous podcast we talked about it, but if you know when coaches are going to be more active or not active or whatever, you just don't want to get frustrated in the process, because coaches are evaluating from now, like I said, for another couple months. So just don't get frustrated with the process, because it does take time. And I mean, thousands of kids are sending these I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if kids are sending it without even knowing. They're just mass emailing every single day, and it's the same coach gets the same email over and over and over and over. And so it's important to just be patient with the process, but make sure that you're messaging, you're emailing, I would say probably 5 or more coaches a day, but they got to be new coaches. They can't be the same coach. Right. So one little tip, shout out Keenan Howery when he was going through one of the best receivers in Oregon history, University of Oregon history. He had a spreadsheet. He had an Excel spreadsheet, and he made sure that he knew when he was sending out emails to coaches and so on, who was responding. So you can take it a step further and maybe do that, so you're not getting crazy about it. But make sure you're constantly posting on social media, and then you're tagging coaches, having fun with it, and doing well during your season, because ultimately that's, the eye candy. You want to be doing good. You want to be showing out that flash and showing up and showing out, as they say. So Coach Kelly, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, and also one other thing about the emails and your social media, just also make sure that you have a professional demeanor while you're sending emails on your social media. Make sure you're not misspelling words. Make sure you're not talking in slang. Make sure that everything's grammatically correct and whatnot when you send these emails on your social media page. So just kind of be careful about your image and how you portray yourself, because those things are very, very important as well.
Listen, I promise, you young student athletes, listen, me and Coach Kelly make those same mistakes today, and we're in our 40s, you know what I'm saying? So just make sure to pay attention to everything. Make sure it's personalized. You're a businessman at this point, so make sure and dial it in as best as you can. And listen, so hey, go check out Kelly College Consulting TX.com. He's doing in-person seminars throughout the Texas. And let's be honest, he's becoming
around
nationwide.
The country. Yeah.
Yep.
Matter of fact,
Yep.
I have a few things on docket I wanted to bring up. I'll be in San Antonio on October 30th for Southwest ISD. I'll actually be tomorrow. I'll be in Houston for Sci-Fair ISD, the 3rd biggest district in the state of Texas. I'll be presenting for down there. That I'm really looking forward to that. And then I just got on the schedule of November the 6th. I'll be in Loveland, Colorado for Thompson School District. I'll be presenting up there November the 6th. So that's a little bit of time away, but I'll be there. And then also October the 2nd. I know I was kind of out of order in my dates there, but October 2nd, I'll be in Houston again at for Spring ISD at their college fair. I'll be presenting there as well. All right, so I got a couple dates on the docket, and next week, hopefully, I'll be getting back to you guys with a few more dates.